Hello everyone, welcome to Wednesday Night Live. I'll be your host, just kidding, no. I'm going to pass it over to Aiden really quick. Hopefully you're having a great week so far. The weather's beautiful today. Hopefully you got outside, walked, ran, maybe rode your bike. But we're excited for what we have for you guys tonight. We have some updates to March Madness Round 2, so make sure you get your bracket out because Aiden's going to talk about that shortly. So glad you're here, and let's get started.
Hey everybody, my name is not Geography George. My name is Aiden. I'm super excited to see you back again. Junior High Live Wednesday night. And I have a couple announcements, some things to show you guys. First, I want to tell you about our small group time, which is every Tuesday night at 7:30. We're meeting together on Zoom doing small groups. Here's a picture of all of us last week. Actually, this isn't even all of us. If I was to show all of us, it would have to go all the way out past the TV because we had 40 of us gathered together for small groups. There's me. I'm super excited. There's baby Bailey just shoving her nose in the screen. Lots of people. I don't know. That looks like a thumb. We're all having fun. Joel Putnam is in. Looks like Club Penguin. So we had a blast at Zoom small groups. We played categories, and we had a ton of fun. Please, if you're interested, comment down below or email jrhigh@neighborhood.cc. We love to get you inside our Zoom small groups and grow this family even bigger. So that was a ton of fun. Glad we got to do that. And another thing I want to tell you for tonight, you may have noticed I'm rocking the Simpson swag. That's because I actually attended Simpson many months ago. Just kidding, it was this last spring I graduated. But we want you to rep your school spirit, your colors, or your school t-shirts. So if you did wear a school spirit t-shirt or a backpack or school colors, take a picture of yourself, post it to Facebook, show it off so that we know that you participated with us. Ton of fun. I'm wearing Simpson. Some other of us are wearing other school colors, so you can look out for that. And yeah, tons of fun. So show us if you're repping your school colors. That's this week's theme. Last thing I want to tell you for our opening announcements. Everyone wants to know who's winning in the April/March/May madness. Are we going to go into May? This is like a 3-month situation. All right. So you guys know we started with 17, not 16. We had a try bracket. We started with 17. We got down to 8. So we had Daniel, Emily, Steven, Aiden, Steven, Jackson, Tyler, Azure. And now I want to show you one of the videos. I'm going to show you Daniel and Emily. And this week's challenge was the paper airplane toss. So you get 3 tosses. Whoever had the highest combined footage. Is that a word? The highest combined feet? All right. You guys know the highest combined feet for your paper airplane toss wins. So check out. This is Daniel and Emily's showdown. We're going to see who won. Just kidding. Right there. There we go. Daniel versus Emily in the paper airplane toss. All right. Comment down below who you're rooting for. Hey, good first toss. Nate's out there measuring 35 feet. Very respectable. Daniel, is this at church? Daniel drove all the way to church. A nice looping curve. 44 feet. Huge throw from Daniel. Excellent. All right, back to Emily. She's confident. She's calm. Beautiful diving toss. 29 feet. I like the consistency I'm seeing. Okay, Daniel, take 2. And terrible. Not good. 12 feet. That's not good at all, Daniel. Emily, again, she's just so consistent. She has the toss down. She has the elbow movement. 28 feet. Solid. Back to Daniel. This is his last chance. Can he even it up? And absolute trash. Daniel let us down. But I still love him. He's a good guy. But as you can see, Emily cleaned the floor. It was all about consistency. Maybe Daniel came out hot with the high-speed flying situation early on, but Emily had the consistent elbow. I mean, come on. That's talent right there. Good job, Emily. So we're going to show you one more video later, but that was the first showdown. Emily's going to make it on to the next round, so stay tuned for more April Madness. And I'm going to send it back over to Tyler. Thanks, guys. What's
going on, guys? I too am repping the Simpson University. This is my soccer shirt. I graduated way back in 2007. So this means this shirt is 13 years old. That's like as old as some of you out there. But yeah, so I had to choose between Simpson University or Shasta College or Simpson College because it was Simpson before Simpson University, or CSU Dominguez Hills, or Northwestern. I had a lot of colleges, but I chose Simpson because they're cool and we're in Reading. So yeah, all of you who were at the meeting on Tuesday night, we put your names into a raffle. So please, if you are joining us tonight and you weren't part of small groups on Tuesday, email us at the email address that Aiden said earlier, juniorhigh@neighborhood.cc. We'll get you in for the raffle on Wednesdays if you come to our small groups on Tuesday. So everybody who was with us on Tuesday has been put into our virtual bucket. We're going to shake it up, and we're going to see who wins this first raffle of the night. We'll do another one later, but right now let's do the first raffle. We got the names going. Caden! Good job, Caden. You won our first raffle for tonight. Thank you for joining us on Tuesday, and you get some goodies on Wednesday. So we're going to do another raffle later, but that's just our first raffle for tonight. I'm going to transition now to our first game of the night. We did this game, I think, 3-4 weeks ago. It's called Scrambled. What we're going to do is put up a bunch of letters, and it's going to spell either a word or a phrase. And remember, it can be more than one word. So there's going to be a lot of different possibilities out there. So if you think you know the answer, go ahead and type it out. We want you to be the first one to get it right. If you get it right, you get a point. We're going to do maybe 5 different ones, and we're going to see who gets the most points at the end. Capiche? Capiche. All right, so let's go ahead and get that first word up there. All right. This looks like a 3-word clue. So if you can unscramble that into something, you may have to switch the letters into the words, or maybe they're in different spots, or maybe they're not. Just to figure it out. It could be anything. There's no theme to these words, so there's no like school theme like we did last week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for someone to tell me what's going on, to tell me who. Oh, we got someone. All right, we got a winner. All right. Oh, we got the screen now. I can see. All right, so we're going to move on to the second word now. It was milk a cow, if you didn't know what it was. Milk a cow. All right, so second word. Here we go. 2-word. What do you think that says? All right, we're rolling the screen over. My eyesight's kind of bad, so I'm going to get to squint a little bit to see. All right, a lot of people are saying the milk a cow. Good job. We're going to see who becomes the first person to answer this one. And so I just want to tell you all the mascots of all the schools that I've been to. So my high school, we were the Patriots. And then, we got a winner. All right, scuba diving. Good job. Excellent job. That was our second one, scuba diving there. All right, let's put up our third word there. All right, looks like a long one. What does that say? Moving on to my mascots. So when I first went to Simpson, it was Simpson College, and we were the Vanguards. So after that, we moved into university, and they decided, hey, let's change the name because no one knows what a Vanguard is. So they made it the Red Hawks. They had a whole student body vote. Red Hawks won. And all right, Sandcastle, there it is. Good job, man. We are hustling through this. Fantastic work. Let's put our fourth word up now. All right, this one, I think you'll get this one pretty quickly. And then after that, I had to go to Shasta College for a little bit. We were there with the Knights. And then I went to see it, Cal State Dominguez Hills. They were the Toros. If you didn't know that one, that's not a very well-known one. And then Northwestern University is the Wildcats. There we go, hopscotch. There it is. Good job, man. This is fantastic. I don't have to kill time because the lag is like only 5 seconds. So, we're going to do one more, maybe more than that. Because you guys are going so fast, we might have to do a little bit more. So, let's do another word. This is the word here. What does that say? It says sabalala. Sabalal. What is that? So hopefully you have put on your school gear. We got another winner. All right. Baseball. Baseball it is. Good job. Man, there's fantastic. We're going to do one more. All right. We got time for another one. So we're going to do one more. Let's go ahead and throw that up. What does that say? So again, if you are wearing your school colors, school shirt, whatever it is, go ahead and send a picture to us. We'll post it next week, and we'll make sure that your school is represented, because we want to make sure all schools around Reading are represented. Maybe not even Reading. Maybe outside Reading. Palo Cedro. Or Shasta Lake. I don't know. I don't know schools around here that well, so I can't go much farther than that. But that's the word up there. If you... Oh, we got it. Blanket. There it is. Great job, guys. That's going to end it for tonight for our first game. We're going to do another game later, but I'm going to toss it over to Chris now, and we are going to do some more games later.
Great job, Tyler. That was awesome. And I didn't realize all the mascots that you have been a part of. If only he had stock in all of those. No, I'm just kidding. But glad you guys again are joining us. Awesome day. And speaking of awesome days, since the quarantine, since we've been, kind of stuck at home, one of the fun things that I've had the privilege of doing is running. I don't know if anybody likes running out there. Comment below if you like to run. Back in high school and in junior high, I tried to do sprinting, and I found out I wasn't actually a good sprinter. I actually was a good distance runner, relatively speaking. I didn't do cross country or anything like that, but I could run long distances without getting tired. Well, funny thing happens once you pass your peak in athleticism, which is like 27, 28, it kind of starts going downhill. But I still loved running, especially when I moved back to Reading. And so I ran a lot when I first got here, but then over time, and children, not that I'm making my kids the excuse, but there wasn't enough time. Well, since we've been in quarantine, my daughter Aaliyah, who's a junior at Reading Christian, and I decided that we would start running. She enjoys, sports, and so I talked to her one day. I was like, "Hey, do you want to start running?" And at that point, I hadn't run along at all. And so she's like, "Yeah, that's good." And so I remember the first day we ran, it was awful. It was very humiliating. But I got this app, and I wanted to show you guys how good I've been doing. Just kidding. So this is for today. So we've been running for 5 weeks now. And can't you tell I've been working out? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, thank you. I ran 22 times so far. I know it's not impressive. Today we ran 3 miles, 3.12. This actually, Brittany showed me, this is the state of Texas in my neighborhood. So I ran around the state of Texas today, and boy, am I tired. Anyway, so it shows the time, all that fun stuff. But the cool thing has been that I've actually, believe it or not, even though the time's a little high, Noah Gaddy, if you're watching, you would blow me away. Anyway, but so if you see this is actually good for me, because I started first and it was like 10 minutes. And I've whittled it down to where it's at right now. And so what's been awesome is not only am I getting exercise and getting healthier and getting better, but I'm also able to spend time with my daughter Aaliyah. We're getting to hang out, even though I'm out of breath and I can't talk during that. We're still able to be with each other, hang out, and we do this in the morning in between 8 and 9:30. It doesn't take us an hour and a half to run, but when we wake up, it's the first thing we do. My wife's awesome. She lets me go and do this with Leah, and it's fun. We'll run for a little bit, and we'll walk afterwards and talk, and it's really encouraging. And what we want to talk about tonight is habits, having good habits. And we're going to start a series tonight for the next 6 weeks talking about good habits. Now, if you want to grow in different ways, like athletically, if I want to grow and be, an Olympic sprinter, which, no, I'm not going to do that. But if I want to be healthy, I'm going to need to do good workouts and nutrition. But having good habits athletically isn't just that one, just that one piece. If you want to get smarter, you want to grow intellectually, you have to have good habits in studying, especially those of you that are doing school right now. Or if you want to have good emotional habits, you need to create good people skills, or socially, processing skills, and the list goes on. And the one we're going to talk about, though, tonight is spiritual habits. And now, spiritual habits, sometimes, if we're honest, we don't pay too much attention to, and it's okay. You know, there's times in my life where it's just like, it kind of it's taking the back seat sometimes. But what we want to do tonight and begin and start asking the question, how are my spiritual habits doing right now? Just like a good habit is drinking water, eating vegetables, and a whole slew of other things, exercising, taking showers, brushing your teeth. You know, those are good habits to have. We want to look at our spiritual habits, and are we progressing with our spiritual habits? And I'm not just talking about attending church on Sundays or watching it online right now, because that could be more of a tradition for us. But if we're worshiping God and we're investing our time and energy into it, then that's a good habit. And so we're going to be talking about the habit of hanging out with God momentarily. You know, and so the idea is developing habits spiritually that are going to change our life. And, you know, who we are today is made up of the commitments that we make over our life and the habits that we develop. So over our life, we're going to create and develop habits that are going to fashion us and form us. And we're going to talk about one of those spiritual habits tonight, and that's the idea of learning. Let me pass that because I talked through that earlier. We're going to talk about the idea of learning how to hang out with God. Just like I hang out with my daughter running in the mornings, we're going to talk about the spiritual habit of developing our hangout time with God. So we're going to talk about that momentarily, but before we do that, we're going to play one more awesome game with Tyler. And so make sure you're paying attention, watching your screen, and I'll see you momentarily.
All right, so Chris was just talking about commitment. And so we're going to be showing some videos of people who are committing to trying to make a dunk. And you have to guess whether they nailed it or failed it. So this one doesn't require super fast internet. This one we're just going to be gathering all people's answers to figure out if they got it right. So we're going to be showing 5 or 6 videos on people trying to go for a dunk. And you have to say, okay, they nailed it or failed it. We're going to kind of show the lead up to the dunk. And you have to decide, okay, yeah, they made it, they nailed it. Or no, they missed it, they failed it. So when you are guessing, be sure to put your video choice. So for video number 1, put 1, nailed it or failed it. For the second video, 2, nailed it, failed it, and so on and so forth. All right, capiche? We did this before. If you watched a few weeks ago, you kind of know what's going on. All right, first video, over a car. Did they nail it or fail it? So video 1, nailed it or failed it. And then we're going to just be tallying people's up all their answers at the end and figure out who the winner is. And we'll announce that next week because we don't have time to do that right now because that's going to take a little while. All right, so did they make it or did they not? All right, got it. Over the car, reverse dunk. Well done. That was a great dunk. If you guessed nailed it, you got that right. All right, let's go ahead and get the lead up to the second video. Oh, off the back. All right, there's a lot that could go wrong with this. So she's jumping off someone's back. She's pretty high up there. I think she has enough vertical to get up there. But what do you think? Did she make it or did she not? So video 2, nailed it or failed it. Did she complete the play? Off the back? Oh, no. And the fact they did it in the middle of a game, I think that was a game. It looked like a game. They were in uniforms. That's kind of embarrassing. So, yeah, that's a failed it. They did not make that one. All right, video 3. Let's see what video 3 brings us. All right, here we go. Oh, super slow-mo action. Oh, from behind the free throw line. Oh, all right. This is called the Dr. J Jam, I believe, from behind the free throw line. He is legitimately behind the free throw line. It's going to be impressive if he makes it. So, what do you think? 3, nailed it or failed it? We'll see what happens. You can slow-mo. And I don't think he has enough. No. Oh. Failed it. Layups don't count. So, yeah, that was a failed it. That was a good try, though. It looked good, but just maybe a couple feet short. If I tried doing that, I would be about 10 feet short. And I think that's about as far as a free throw line is. But that's... So let's go ahead. That was video 3. Now video 4.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. So I didn't see the lead up, but it looked like he's up in the air. Oh, here we go. Okay. Off the backboard. Off the backboard. This doesn't look like 10 feet. This looks more like 9 feet. So it could be a little bit easier for him. But what do you think? Video 4 nailed it or failed it? Leading up to... And, okay, he made it. Oh, they gave him 6s. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that impressive, I guess. When you're doing a 9-foot, 8-foot hoop, didn't even seem like he had that much vertical. But that's like me dunking. But, all right, video 5, I believe we are on. So let's lead the... Okay, so we're at a basketball league. Oh, steal.
Oh my God. Oh,
Okay. Looks like there's 2 baskets here, but yeah. Leading up, breakaway slam. Does he make it or not? Nailed it or failed it? Video 5. Let's wait a couple more seconds. He looks like he has good form. Oh. There we go. Oh, he bricked it. Oh. Not quite. Just like a couple inches more. But, yeah, on those breakaways, you can't get too cocky. You got to make sure you make the basket. All right. Do we have time for one more? All right. We'll do another one. Video 6. Let's get the lead up. We're outdoor here.
Dad goals.
What could go wrong?
Dad goals.
Come on, Dad.
Oh!
All right. Ball's here. Hoops up here. And he's wearing jeans. So just remember that. This is video 6. There's a lot of things that could go wrong in this video. He's got a long way to go, and he has his wallet in his pocket too. So a little more weight there. All right, video 6. Nailed it or failed it? Throw your guesses out. Let's see what happens.
Please. Oh, gosh.
Oh man, I'm nervous. I'm like sweaty here.
Does he have a basketball? Oh, he has a baseball shirt.
Oh, he failed it. Yeah,
Dude, that's a nice
it was short. It was a good try. It was maybe another foot or so short. If he keeps working out, maybe he'll get there one day. But that didn't make it that time. All right. Thank you very much for your guesses. That's it for Nailed It or Failed It tonight. I'm going to go ahead and send it back to Pastor Chris. Great job, everybody.
Tyler, that was a good observation, knowing that his wallet was still in. If you ever see a dad trying to dunk and his wallet is in there, in his pocket, he's not going to make it. It's too weighted down. We need all the help we can get. Can I get an amen from all the dads that are out there? I'm talking to you, Gordon DeWitt. Anyway, so Philippians 2, chapter 2, verse 12 says this: Dear friends, you always followed my instructions when I was with you, and now that I'm away, it's even more important. Work hard to show or act out the results of your salvation, obeying God with deep reverence and fear. So the Apostle Paul's talking to the church of Philippi and saying, hey, now that I'm not here with you, you need to develop great habits so that you continue to obey God. And so what we want to talk about right now in this segment is, why is it important to want to hang out with God? Well, number one, if we want to follow God the way we're intended to, we need to understand who he is. And the only way we're going to understand who he is by hanging out with him. Also, if we hang out with God, we're going to be a better person. Now, you become the people that you hang out with most. And we know that we take on characteristics of our friends, and we take on different knowledge that our friends have. But does that mean that we're going to become God? Well, no, but the goal of Christianity is to be more like Jesus, so we're going to become more like Christ as he walked the earth. And so we look at Mark chapter 6, verse 46, and Luke 5:16. And talking about Jesus, it says that Jesus often withdrew to the wilderness for prayer. He spent time with God the Father. He hung out with God. And when we hang out with God, our relationship with God's going to grow. It's going to develop. Our knowledge of Christianity is going to get better. God gives us direction for living. He's going to remind us that he's always present. in this Christian thing, it's a lifelong journey. We need to create good habits so that we can grow on our own right now. And ultimately, God's going to change our heart. The more time we spend with Him, the better of a person we're going to get. Our faith is going to get deeper. Just like, to rewind a little bit, what I talked about at the beginning, me running running with Aaliyah, I'm getting better as I keep running, and I'm getting stronger and I'm getting faster, kind of. But the more I do these good habits, the better I'm going to feel. And with God, hanging out with God, it's just going to be so positive in our lives. And so what I want to do right now, we're going to pause for a moment, and I want you to be thinking about, how is your relationship with God right now? Do you hang out with Him? And momentarily, Brittany's going to come up and talk about our interactive element that we're going to ask you to consider. And if your family's watching, we ask mom and dad, parent in the room, guardian, to consider doing this as well. We're at home right now, and so we have time on our hands for many of us, and it's just a matter of what are we going to do with it. And so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to invite Brittany up, and then I'm going to wrap up our conversation on hanging out with God in a few minutes. So Brittany, why don't you come on up?
Hey guys, Brittany here. I'm wearing my Chico State sweater. I bet you didn't know, or you do know because I talk about it. I'm still in college, so I don't go to Simpson. I go to Chico online. That's my school spirit. Here we are. Anyway, for today's interactive piece, my challenge for you guys is to dive in to hanging out with God and what that means in real life. So there's different aspects of doing this. You can do this by reading the Bible. Some people like to listen to worship music. You can journal, which is my personal favorite. That's what I want to talk about. So every single day, I try at least, every single day, I bring out my journal in the morning. I spend my time with God, write down some prayers maybe, things I'm thankful for, and then I do it again at night. And that's just my time with God that I like to hang out. I do other things like read my Bible too, obviously, and I listen to worship music too, but journaling is my favorite thing to do. That's my hangout time. That's what I enjoy. It can be writing, it can be drawing pictures even, or you could double up. You could listen to worship music and journal at the same time. See, there you go. You're covering all the bases. But that's my challenge for you this week. I want you to find what you like to do. Maybe it's reading your Bible, but maybe it's something else. Choose what you like and what that means with your spending time with God. All right, see you guys later.
All right. Thank you, Brittany. So again, we want you to consider your hangout time with God and the importance of it if you want to continue to develop spiritually. And over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about different habits that are going to be good to help develop your spiritual walk. And that's really important for me as a pastor and for the leaders that are here. We want our junior high students as well as our families to develop their faith and to make it strong and their love for God to grow. And so to wrap up tonight, what are 3 keys for developing this habit of hanging out with God? So number 1, make time with God a priority. If I was to ask you the question, what's most important to you? If I looked at your calendar, or if I looked at your room, what would I see? I would see the things that are important to you. If you made your bed, that's important to you. If you didn't make your bed, then that's also important to you. The bottom line is, we can say what we want. We can say that she's important, or this is important, or this job's important, or this schoolwork is important, or this sport's important, or even God's important. But if we were to look at your life, then that would show what's important. And so at some point, if we really want to hang out with God, we want to make it a habit, we have to make God a priority. So that's priority number 1. Number 2 is to take the time regularly to spend with God. And I'm not saying make time, because none of us can make time. I don't care for how smart we are. We cannot add minutes to the day. We can only take away from the day, the time, the minutes, the hours. And so the reality here is we have to sacrifice something. And you might say, Chris, my time's busy. I'm on playing video games, for a while, or homework's getting me. But I want you to consider, what if you took 5 minutes in the morning or at night to spend with God? Or maybe it's 10 minutes. Less texting, less time on social media or on YouTube or on video games, whatever it might be, to take some time out of our day to spend with God. But you might ask, what do I do during that time? Brittany talked about journaling. Should I read the Bible? Should I pray? Should I journal? Should I listen to, music that worships God? What should I do? Those are all great examples of what you can do to hang out with God. If you're like, well, what's prayer? Simply it's talking to God. Have you ever written a letter to someone? Write a letter to God, because that's talking with them. So take the time regularly to hang out with God. And finally, hang out with God with comfort rather than guilt. And this is a very important one. And the idea here is that, sometimes when we go to summer camp, or if we hear an awesome message at church, we think, I'm going to read the Bible, the entire Bible, in a year. And I'm going to start in the Old Testament in January, and by the time I get to December, I'm going to get to Revelation. And we're doing really good. We're reading 3 chapters a day, and we get to January, we're doing well, and then we hit February, and we're like 94 chapters behind. And then we give up and we feel guilty, and they say, you might say, I'm not a good Christian. I can't spend time with God because I'm so far behind. This is awful. And we get convicted and we feel guilty, but God doesn't want us to feel guilty. God loves any amount of time that we spend with Him. That's comfort rather than guilt. And, there doesn't have to be a time limit. You don't have to go like, well, there's 10 minutes, or was that 11 or 12 minutes? No, you don't have to feel guilty about it. God wants whatever time we're willing to give Him. And that's important for us to understand, because God loves us and wants to be a part of our life. That's why it's important for us to hang out with God. The bottom line, and you can go to the bottom line back there for me, is developing this habit, this hanging out with God, will change your life now and for eternity. We want what's best for you. We want you to be able to have a spiritual depth in your life that is awesome and your faith is strong. And so we want you to consider this. If you're a junior high student, how can I sacrifice 5 or 10 minutes? Mom or Dad, what is it going to take my faith to the next level? Well, that's it for me tonight, and I'll be praying for you. But we have a couple other things before we go tonight. So thanks for hanging out with us. And I'm going to send it right over to Aiden, who's hanging out over here.
Oh, hey, sorry. I didn't see you there. So we're going to do the raffle. You guys love the raffle. Every single person who has commented their name at one point tonight and let us know that they're here is entered into this raffle, which is coming up right now. So I'm going to spin it, and then we have some gift cards. We're going to send you a gift card so you can go get some Dutch Bros or In-N-Out. We got some fun gift cards coming up. So everyone who commented down below is going to be entered in right here. Oh. That's okay. Here we go. There it is. All right, here we go. The winner tonight of the raffle is...
I don't know. It's everyone. Oh.
You're cool. Spin. Pull this over here. There you go. Now stop. The winner is... No. I will take the gift card. Just kidding. Go again. One more time. One more time. Spin it again. Spin it again. One more time.
This is the great part about live TV.
Spin it again.
All right, here we go. Come
For
on.
real this time. For real. The winning person is... Dylan! Dylan Dahlberg. You are the winner. I'm so glad that we did that, because that was amazing. All right. Now we're going to walk over here. I have some closing announcements for you guys. Dylan, spend it well, my friend. Buy a burger or whatever we give you. All right. A few things you guys need to know about before we wrap up tonight. Again, I want to invite you to our small groups every Tuesday night At 7:30, we're all together hanging out, and then we'll break into small groups. It's a ton of fun. We've been playing some games, so join us for that. And then I want to let you know that we're doing something new. Next week at Live, we're going to play a game called Guess Who from My Room. I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but that's what it is. And what we're going to do is Guess Whose Room. Sorry. Guess Whose Room. So one of you in the crowd, we have reached out to secretly via texting or whatever, email, pigeon, and they have sent us pictures of items from their room. And next week, we're going to be posting one picture a day starting on Friday. We're going to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And you are going to see all the pictures that are coming in. And you're going to try to guess whose room it is. And then at Live, we'll have multiple choice. You get to pick out of the 4 people who you think the room is. Maybe it's me. Just kidding. It's not me. It's a student. And I know whoever's in the chat, you know who you are if it's you. But the rest of you are going to have to guess from the pictures whose room it is. Okay? That's going to be fun. Okay, last thing you need to know for today is what you need to know. We are going to be entering in round 3 of April Madness next week. It's going to be a paper football flick challenge. Say that 5 times fast. Just kidding, don't. You might say something weird. So, paper football flick. We're sticking with the paper theme. I like that. And that'll be next week. But I have a special treat for you guys. I showed you Daniel versus Emily. And next week, on Facebook in the next few days, you can see Steven Jackson. This is an epic battle. And you can see Tyler and Azure. Not quite as epic, but still good. You can see those 2 on Facebook. But what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys me versus Steven. Both of us are here. We're going to show you. It's a good battle. That's all I'm going to say. So check out Aiden versus Steven. See who is going to be the winner. Paper airplane toss. We're both pros. That's the first thing you need to know. Okay, I'm outside in the park. Okay, nice looping throw. Not great, but it's okay. 30 feet. Hey, that's, Steven he's already beating me. I'm already nervous. 33 feet. Okay, attempt number 2. Come on, Aiden. You can do this. Yes, much better. Look at that. I gained some footage, 34 feet. Coming in strong. Steven, very consistent. See, just like Emily, it's all on the elbow. 35 feet, he still has the lead. And then I come out with this huge throw. 36 feet. Do you guys see how close this is? Steven, with a little bit of a shorty, he's out there with 32 feet, which means the total for the 3 rounds was 100 to 100. We have a tie. We have a tie in the paper airplane toss, which means we're going to do a live tiebreaker outside right now.
Come join us right out here.
I got my burrito. Okay. This is what we've been training for. Me versus Steven. We're going to be going down the hallway, and we get 2 throws each. Steven, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. I mean, the wind's not in my favor tonight, so
Yeah.
like I had in my video. I don't know about you.
There's a 13 mile per hour southeastern breeze, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I might just go straight to the ceiling.
Yeah, this is my favorite paper airplane. Do you want to
The
go
nurse.
first, or should I go first?
No, you go first.
Okay, I'm going to go first. We get 2 throws each, and the way we're going to decide the winner is the longest throw. Out of all 4 throws, whichever one's the longest is going to be winner. There's Chris. Oh gosh, you guys, I don't know why I'm so nervous. This is more nerve-wracking than like finals. Okay. Whew. Okay, here we go. I got to beat Steven.
2, 1.
Oh! He gets another one though.
No!
That's easy. I just got to
Dropped like a dead bird.
I feel like I'm on an aircraft carrier. Just waiting.
Right?
2, 1.
No!
Oh!
Okay. Oh, no.
All right.
All right.
Oh. Okay, so that's right by the door frame.
Steven's in the lead so far.
You guys, I don't know what happened.
down.
I've been practicing all day. What happened? Okay, gosh.
All right.
I just made my paper airplane when I got here today.
Oh, I'm
You
so
want
nervous.
me to go?
Yeah, I
I'll
guess
go.
so.
Because I'm in the lead, like golf.
Uh,
the last person goes
I don't
in.
know.
He should have gone first, though.
All right.
That's all right.
I'm here.
Oh my gosh, this is painful.
2, 1.
That was amazing.
Oh
my goodness! Terrible!
He has a chance.
What?
Okay,
Aiden has a
Let
chance.
the door open.
I have to pass you to win?
You have to pass me.
All right.
Why
Door's
are you
open.
guys the same person?
Take a deep breath.
I'm not enjoying this. This is very painful.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
No!
No! Steven goes on. Congratulations, Steven.
Emily, here I come.
Oh, it's all right. All right, you guys, we're done for tonight. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Check out Jackson and Stephen Wannick this week and our other videos. We're going to have an update on Friday night. So have a great Wednesday. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.